Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, dear viewers. I would like to share with us all in regards to the rules pertaining to the day of Eid. Now, most of the time we find out about all of these things on the day of Eid, and it's too late for us to digest this information and to put it into practice. So inshallah, before the day of Eid, you are receiving this information. And inshallah, we will go through this in chronological order so that we know what actions we have to do one after the other. The first thing is the night before Eid. The night before Eid is usually a time which many of us are negligent of. We think it's the night before Eid, Ramadan is finished, everyone just relax. But this is the time which is known as Laylatul Ja'iza. It's the time where we need to make dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to accept from us this blessed month of Ramadan. So make it a point that we do not busy ourselves in any type of disobedience. If we prayed our Isha Salah with Jama'ah and we prayed our Fajr Salah with Jama'ah, inshallah we'll get the reward of the whole night in ibadah anyway. But there should be no indecency, disobedience on this night, and we should try our best to pray our Tahajjud Salah on this night and make dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So that's the first point in regards to the day of Eid. In the morning, we try to perform ghusl, we try to clean ourselves, we try to adorn ourselves with the best clothes. It's not necessary for them to be new clothes. If we find ourselves that we can't afford these new clothes, or even for our children, don't feel that we need to go out of our way and buy new clothes. We just need to have the best clothes, the cleanest, best clothes that we have available. We put itar, we perfume ourselves, and we try to get ourselves ready, because this is a day of happiness that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has allowed us to fulfill this great obligation of fasting during the month of Ramadan. Before we leave from our homes, we try to eat the odd number of dates, because it is haram to fast on the day of Eid. So we are showing to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when you tell us to stay away from food, we will stay away from food, but when you tell us to eat, then we will eat. So we will eat an odd number of dates, as was the sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Then when we are going out of our homes, we try to take a different route going to the masjid, and we have a different route coming back from the masjid. The reasons that the ulama would give is that we would find different needy people going to the masjid, and we could spend on them, and we would find different needy people coming back. But this is a sunnah, so we should take different route going to the masjid and different route coming back from the masjid. As we are going to the masjid in a low voice, then we do the takbir, Allahu Akbar, La ilaha illallah, Wallahu Akbar, walillahi alhamd. But we do this in a low voice. We don't do this in a very loud voice, especially it's the early hours of morning. We do not want to disturb our non-Muslim neighbors, so we do this in a low voice. Also, we should have already discharged our Sadaqatul Fitr before going for the Eid Salah. There is no nafil before we leave. Most of us will pray our Fajr Salah with Jama'ah, and after that there is no nafil Salah either at home or either in the masjid. So if our Eid Salah is later, there is no nafil before that. We can pray nafil afterwards at home, but there is no nafil before the Eid Salah. In regards to the method of Eid Salah, in Jummah we have the khutbah first, and then we have the Salah. Down here it's the opposite. We have the Salah first, and then we have the khutbah. And the khutbah is something which is a sunnah. The main part is the actual Eid Salah. There is no adhan and there is no iqamah for Eid Salah. The method, again, it's something that we need to be aware of before Eid Salah, not on the day of Eid. And it's a very simple method. There's 6 additional takbeers. In the first rak'ah, we will do the 3 additional takbeers before the recitation. And in the second rak'ah, we will do the 3 additional takbeers after the recitation. So the Imam and the congregation will say Allahu Akbar. They will put their hands, fold their hands, and then they will recite the thana. Then they will do Allahu Akbar, hands to the side, Allahu Akbar, hands to the side, Allahu Akbar. This will now be the 3rd additional takbir, and then they will fold their hands. Surah Fatiha will be recited, and then a surah, The sunnah that we know from the day of Jummah, سَبِّحِ اسْمَ رَبِّكَ الْأَعْلَى in first rak'ah, and هَلْ أَتَاكَ حَدِيثُ الْغَاشِيَةِ in the second rak'ah. There are other opinions as well, but this is just one opinion that I would like to share with you. In the second rak'ah, it is the three after the takbir. So then we will have our hands folded, Surah Fatiha, then a surah, then we'll say Allahu Akbar, hands to the side, Allahu Akbar, hands to the side, Allahu Akbar, hands to the side. That will be the 6 additional takbirs, and then the next takbir will be going to go down into ruku. So this is the method of Eid Salah. A point that we need to make is after the Eid Salah, we do go around rushing and meeting our Muslim brothers and sisters because of happiness. This is something good, but we should be aware of the sanctity of the masjid. We are still in the house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and we can't make this into a marketplace. So keep in mind the sanctity of the masjid. We have many brothers who say Eid Mubarak to each other. There is nothing wrong per se with this, but we should not regard this as sunnah. We shouldn't think that when I'm saying this, then this is sunnah. This is just a greeting. The way of the Sahaba would be, they would say, تَقَبَّلَ اللَّهُ مِنَّا وَمِنْكُمْ. That may Allah accept from us, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept from you. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept from each and every single one of us, and allow us to live our life according to the sunnah in the day and age where people are trying to get sunnah and make sunnah seem insignificant. This is the time where we need to try to give priority to the sunnah. Wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen.